What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us again. In this episode I'm going to be going over the drivetrain, suspension, wheels, tire and brake package. Let's do it! I'm Jacques from SSBB Builds. I've been racing front wheel drive for over 8 years. I won a championship, came runner up in 2 others. I'm building this BMW to find out what it's like to be involved with rear wheel drive cars and the classic BMW heritage. Join me on this discovery as I share my passion. So the one thing you might be thinking to yourself is, bloody hell Jacques, these wheels are freaking tiny. Well, that's because they are. They're 15-inch rims. Now I was going to run these rims originally, but having thought about it a lot, I'm concerned about the brake cooling on the front and rear, as well as the integrity of the rim. I've seen failure of stock rims before, and I'm just a bit concerned about the durability of the rim in a motorsport environment. Also, I got a bit of a feeling that the internet is not that happy with me running 15-inch rims. So, boom, I got me some BMW M Sport 17-inch rims. These are OEM rims from BMW E90. It's the M Sport package, and I think they look phenomenal on the E36. It's a great rim. It is very durable, it seems. These webs on the rim are actually quite thick, and I think this is going to hold up just fine to the abuse it's going to take. They are a bit scuffed up and worn out, but have no fear, we're going to paint them up, and this car is going to look absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to trying these puppies out. In fact, I just can't wait to drive this car, but I think that looks pretty badass. If you want to see some more of this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Just click on the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you're good to go. Alright, for the brakes, on the front I've gone for a Brembo disc. I've retained the original disc and caliper with the view that I was working around the 15-inch rim. Now in the 90s, these cars were raced extensively in something called the standard Group N series. They used the stock disc caliper combo, just maybe with some other pads I think. I have the Brembo discs. The original calipers have been completely rebuilt and electroplated, and I'm running PFC endurance pads. So I think the combo should be perfect. I've also installed some brass bushes on the slider pins, and I'm pretty confident that we're not going to have any problems. For the rear, I'm running a stock disc with a PFC pad and the same refurbished caliper. I'm also running some stainless steel braided brake lines all around, as well as a stainless steel braided brake line for the clutch. Alright, suspension. Now I've done a few videos about this before. I'm running a Bilstein custom built strut. It is non-adjustable, but the guy that built it is very well versed on these cars, and he's built the valving for the E36. We're going to test it out and see how we get on. For springs, I'm running a 180 by 60 by 130 newtons per millimeter. And then we've got a helper spring just on the bottom, so that basically means that when the damper is in full droop, the spring doesn't jump around and the wheel will still have some load on it. And a 180 Newton per millimeter H&R back. We need to start somewhere, so we need to test it. For tires, I managed to source a set of Dunlop Dureza 03G semi-slicks. These are second hand. They're going to be perfect for our application. Just to get the car going, no hassles. Alright, so for a gearbox, I'm using the original ZF's 5-speed gearbox. I had this gearbox rebuilt by some professionals. This car has 300,000 kilometers on it, and so I just thought it fitting that we just go through the gearbox and make sure everything is fine. Turns out everything was great. There were no issues with synchros. The wear was fine. It's amazing. So we replaced the bearings and seals, and she is good to go. Differential. Yes, there is one. Alright, so for the differential, I've managed to source a limited slip diff from a BMW E34 5 Series, I think, and I sent that with the original diff from this car to a professional. Now, the original diff ratio in the E36 328i is something like a 2.9 to 1. It's very, very long for cruising and long roads. That's fine. But for motorsport application, it ain't gonna cut it. So we changed the ring gear on it to a 3.64. Now I went for a 3.64 because I was originally going to run the 15-inch rims. So with the 17s, we're just going to have to see how it all affects the car. I don't know. The guys in East London, basically that's like East London has a 1 kilometer straight with a curve and more straight basically. So they run a 3.4 diff ratio with 17s. So for our tight circuits, what's in here might be a bit long. I'm not too worried at this stage. I just want to get this thing going. So the diff is completely rebuilt, but it is all good. It's got brand new poly bushers installed and ready to go. Alright, so we have received the block back from KWT Engineering, and I want to give a massive shout out to Sean Gradwell and his old man and everybody there that helped us sort this thing out. What happened was it needed a line bore. Through the machining process, it's pretty much what I said before, through the machining process the block bernarded in some way and they had to line bore the block. So it just happens, especially with the aluminium blocks, but it's all sorted now. Sean and them did a freaking fantastic job. I want to say a massive thank you again to him and his old man. So I'm going to get stuck into this in the week, but there's one thing we got to do first. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Short and sweet. From here I need to basically get started on the engine and we just got to knuckle through it. We've got 5 weeks until this car has to be at an event. The details of that will be coming up. From here it's all systems go, so I'm pretty sure we're going to have a really good event. We've got some awesome stuff in the mix and I'm just so excited for this year. I'm so pumped to finally get this thing on the track. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, you know what to do. We'll see you next time. Ciao.